Well, a good bounce back game for us. And while yesterday we weren't awful, the more I watch the tape, they scored twice on poor face-off, while linemen spot plus we took a shorthanded minor in the face-off circle. So we wanted to clean that up. And I felt like the effort level physically was there last night, but I was concerned that mentally I thought there was some, again, watching the video, there was some things there that we really needed to sharpen up on. It's great that you come ready to go physically, but this game is much mental as that. You've got to make the right reads. So that was kind of the mantra going in. I thought for the most part, we really played well, played a good, strong game mentally. I would say in the third, obviously, there was a push, and we knew it was going to come, and we were in our zone quite a bit. But, we said as long as we continue to make good plays, we should get some opportunities. And we did. Right before they scored, I think, or a minute or two earlier, we had a really good chance in front because we knew if we just held our positions, played good defensively, we would get some opportunities at the other end. But I thought the guys did a good job of getting that win home, and I thought Noah played very well as well. So full marks to Noah for a good game tonight.
You start this game with a 5-minute major, or very early on, to Luke Farthing. How big was it to get that penalty kill and then allow your guys to get back on the ice and score first?
That was huge. It was, you know what? I forgot all about it. That was so, early in the game, and you're right. It was hard to get adjusted. Give the defenseman some credit. All of a sudden, we were down to 60. So now you got all game where you got to play with 6, and yeah, I thought the penalty kill was outstanding. But the old hockey adage, your best penalty kill is your goaltender. And I thought Noah was really strong during that 5-minute sequence. And so that, all of a sudden, from what could have been a momentum on Canisius' side, and we hadn't had the lead all weekend yet, if you think back. So if all of a sudden they got the lead, maybe it's a whole different game. But by getting through that 5 minutes and then us getting on the board first, I think that really helped a lot.
Coach, last night you talked about after scoring so many goals, you should win the game. Tonight, that was the case. What was the recipe for that?
Again, I do think it would have been a different game had they scored first on that 5-minute major. But you play so much better when you have the lead, and then when you get 2 and 3. And I don't know that we did anything really differently offensively today, but from a defensive standpoint, I thought we were much sharper. As I said, there was 2 goals directly related last night, other 5 to the face-off alignment. We cleaned that up. They got a shorthander last night. We cleaned that up. You know what I'm saying? We were, I don't know, a little bit more aggressive on the power play, if you will. Sometimes when you get on the power play, you tend to try to look cute, and you don't work as hard. The other 4 guys outwork you and end up getting a shorthanded goal. But we cleaned those areas up tonight, and outside of that, I thought the guys did a great job. Really good job back checking tonight as well.
Is there any concern about both goalies not being hot coming into a weekend with Logan Stein maybe not playing his best and then Noah playing great tonight? Is that at all a concern?
Not really. It's a good question, but no, I see him every day in practice, so I've got that luxury, and I know how good they both are. I know we've got 2 outstanding goaltenders, and if you look, we've had really good goaltending performances on some nights when it looks like we may not be getting the goaltending. A lot of times that's a team thing more than it is the goaltender. I did think, Logan wasn't quite as sharp last night as he has been, but he still made some pretty darn good saves. And so I'm going into conference play in 2 weeks with a lot of confidence in our goaltenders. It'll take a lot to shake that confidence. Like I said, I get the chance to witness them every day in practice, and they're legit. They're both very good, very talented, and what I like, they both work extremely hard.
Coach, with your 4-1 win tonight, so far early in the season, is this your best performance from top to bottom by your team?
I think it is. Yeah, I think from start to finish that was our best performance. I thought we played well against Tech, but that was maybe more of a factor of how well Logan Stein had played that night. Where this, it was more of a complete team feel to it.
Coach, you talked about getting the lead here early in the game. How did you guys manage to hold the lead? Dating back to last week, when you guys got up 3-0, you guys had to lead sleep away.
Yeah.
How did you guys focus so on maintaining the lead and keeping control of the tempo of the game?
Well, that's a great question. I didn't bring that up ever, because you don't want to say to the guys, "Hey, don't blow this 3-goal lead." But it can't help it. It's in the back of your mind a little bit that hey. But I thought 2 weeks ago or a week ago when we had the 3-0 lead and lost it, they scored earlier in the game to make it 3-1. And the other issue was we had played the night before a really tough game against Tech, and Western hadn't. So they were fresh, and you could see us. We were bent over. They had the legs, and once they got going, it was tough to stop. But tonight, I felt like we had energy the entire game. I didn't feel, matter of fact, I thought as the second went on, we got stronger and stronger. And I was happy to see the guys not satisfied with like a 3-goal lead. We went out and got a 4. I think we also had a couple breakaways in which we didn't cash in. It would have been nice to, 6-0 going into the third would have been better than 4-0.
You mentioned up next we have CCHA play. You get a bye week, and then you play St. Thomas. What's the mentality and what's the thought process going in?
Well, we really got a lot of work to do next week. We want to keep trying to ingrain things that we've been working on. So it's not an off week, in my opinion. We may not go quite as hard. We may, I don't know. But we've got to continue to ingrain the good habits that we've been working on so that everything becomes second nature. So there'll be plenty to work on, and next week will be a very generic week. We won't worry about St. Thomas at all. We're just going to worry about ourselves. And like I said, trying to ingrain really good habits. And then the following week we'll start zeroing in on St. Thomas.
Sometimes we struggle with playing the full 60 minutes hard, and I thought today we stuck with the plan and played the full 60 minutes. It was also nice playing from a lead instead of catching up to them, and I'm glad we got the job done.
4 goals here tonight from 4 different players. You were obviously one of the players that got the puck in the back of the net. Can you talk about your team's offensive performance?
Well, I thought we were doing a lot better. We're getting better at forechecking and getting pucks deep and getting our in positions and also getting in front of the net, screening the goalie. And I think we need to just stick with it. And I still think we got some work to do in our D zone to not spend as much time in there. But I think Ozone was very good tonight.
What was going through your mind when the play leading up to your goal and afterwards?
Well, I thought Brendan McLaren made a good play up the ice, and Jacob Dirks held up his guy and kind of got through them, and then I kind of had like a breakaway from the right side, and I knew what I was gonna do kind of right away because tend to practice that move a lot in practice, so I'm glad it worked out.
Obviously, coming up soon, you guys have conference play. How nice does it feel to get this win and have that going for you as you concentrate and get that?
It feels very nice. It's a big win for us. The loss last night really hurt. I thought going through the third period, and especially in the third period, we were kind of better team in that third period, and I thought we carried it in today's game, and I am glad we had a good start and finished it off.
Yeah, it seemed like last night you guys, they kind of were very physical. It seemed like tonight you guys came out, really set the tone. Was that kind of the, forepoint of going for tonight's game?
Yeah, like I said, in the third period last night, we were a better team, and we stuck with it, and that's how we started the game today, and we were fortunate to start with the lead and kept it.
I thought it was a full team effort through 60. It's something to build off, and like you said, it's definitely nice getting that win and going into conference play.
You guys had a shutout there in the latter parts of the third period. Can you talk about how strong your defense was in front of you?
Yeah, they were great tonight. I mean, that's a full team effort. It took everyone, not just the D. It took the forwards too. So, like I said, full team effort, and we got the outcome we wanted.
And Logan Stein got the start last night. You're in that tonight. Can you talk about the two of your relationship that you have in the locker room and how that affects you guys on the ice?
Yeah, I think we have a really good relationship. We're pretty good friends too, so that helps. We both push each other in practice and in games, so it's healthy competition, and it works out.
First win on the season for you. How's that feel?
I mean, it feels good. It's good to get that out of the way, and now we just need to build off of it. So it feels good.
How would you rate your individual performance here tonight?
Yeah, I felt pretty good. It was nice to get into it for the first with the penalty. It was a huge kill for us, but yeah, I felt comfortable and calm, and hope to build off of it.
And obviously, you give up giving up all in one goal, great performance. But when it comes with that, also great performance by your defense. Just talk about your defense and how important they were as far as for you and the rest of the team in the win.
Yeah, I thought they looked comfortable. We were making nice ups, nice plays. We were confident. We were moving the puck well, and it just flowed throughout the game. I mean, we didn't have any too bad of mental lapses, and it was good overall.